Okay, there's Shalom. I'm using my laptop right now. Okay, I had to start this video over mainly because I couldn't see myself, but apparently there's like a camera on and off switch on my laptop. Like I can literally just let's see, I don't know if it works here. I could do that and then do that. So I did not know that accidentally happened. I was wondering why is this not recording? I mean, why it's not looking at. But anyways, I'm not going to make a. I'll probably make another separate video of this, but I just want to talk about this real quick, mainly because I just wanted to discuss it. The school system is dying. All right, the school system is dying, and that is a good thing. This false education system that we were taught when we were babies is now being destroyed. All right. I don't get. I remember talking years ago in my old channel, the one that I got deleted from YouTube. And by the way, if the whole bringing back your freedom of speech back on the internet, that way, basically, if I upload a movie, I won't get a strike on YouTube and shit like that. Stuff like that. That is going to be a thing like it was back in when YouTube first started. Remember that? Remember when anyone could just upload a movie back in the day? And then YouTube was just like, we can make money off of that. Well, guess what? Now it's not going to be like that anymore. It's going to go back to that wild, wild west of YouTube, basically, if we even get there. Or wild, wild west of how the internet was way before these motherfuckers came. So, again, going back, in my old channel, I mentioned to someone that this school system is a failure and the school system is going to die eventually. And this person, I don't know if it was a brother or an orc or something like that, but they were upset with me because they thought the school system was hot shit. They thought it was the best thing ever since fucking sliced bread. They saw no flaws with it. They thought it was fucking great and dandy. I'm dead serious. They thought it was fine. They thought there was nothing wrong with the educational system. This had to be some type of white boy. This had to be, because no fucking Afro copper person is going to be like, oh yeah, yeah, I love school. I always hated school. All right, most people are like, why are you doing that college thing then? To do appearance to keep up appearances. Yes, I want to be a video game designer, but I could do that shit on my own. And plus, and when this shit goes down, I could just literally manifest it in my own hand, and I could keep it somewhere, and then look and show it to people and be like, look, I can literally use this for the planning and stuff like that, which we did. What do you think in the DS? They have like footsteps type of thing, and it tells you how long you played, how long you've been in the system, or how long you was walking with that system. You see, you guys acting like we never had systems like that. Yes, we did. There's a reason why they're out there. For kind of loud, people thought phones were nothing. They thought that shit was on Star Trek and shit like that. Same thing with the tablets. Remember that? Remember when people saw those shows and they were like, oh, that's so ridiculous. And now we have it. Even Back to the Future 2, when they were showing in 3, Back to the Future 3, when they were showing the future of 2015 and shit like that, instead of, the flying cars and shit like that. It could be another dimension and another realm. But it just goes to show that that's how far we're supposed to get to that point. And people wonder why we're not there. It's because these motherfuckers don't want to live in that type of world. Look, if we had flying vehicles, guess what? We were able to kick their ass, because eventually we will start learning how to make these flying vehicles, and they don't want that. They don't want that. That's why we don't have fucking flying cars right now. They're promoting fucking people having jets since the fucking 50s. These people were thinking of future of how to basically their own utopia, while we get a dystopia. That was their plan. But obviously, they know deep down that they can't do that, because if we see it, we will want to get in on it and also make something with it. And then when they don't want us to get in on it with the whole flying vehicles and flying stuff, we're going to be questioning why they don't want us to do that. You see, stuff like that. They just don't want us to question. So everyone needs to be the same, basically. No one can grow. That's why this brother got shot a long time ago when he was using water for his vehicle. So, are you gonna shoot me? Are you gonna arrest me because I'm drinking water to fuel my body? Let's see if we can take water away from you wicked motherfuckers and see how you fucking goddamn like it. You know? Going back to the school system, though. This school system is failing and dying. Obviously, it's been failing for a long, long time, and this school system has failed. It's funny too, because I was going to make a video a while back when I was doing colleges and stuff like that. There's a whole situation with the college thing with me right now. I don't have to explain it here, but I was going to make a video talking about how much pathetic you can see a lot of people. Like, there's good people, obviously, but when you see how people walk in the school system, like, shout out to remediation. Like, you need so many things just to do something. I need a state ID to continue college. What? You know? And it's a community college. It's supposed to be like for fucking free and shit like that, right? But it's not. You know? There's even people that have told me, "Oh, I've been paying for college here. What? You're not paying for college?" It's like, no, because I went through another route. You know? And people are baffled that there's even another route. And the reason I went through that route was because in school, I wanted to go to college and be a video game designer because that was my passion, and I wanted to do it because I like creating stories and narratives and characters. I like creating, you know. And all of a sudden in school, since I was in a special education class, and also I was labeled with ADHD by the system, and also what is it what is it, a learning disability, ADHD, and what's it called? What was the other one? Dyslexia. You know, and they, especially the schools that I went to, they literally said that if you really want to go to college, you need to start the whole grade over. Yeah, yeah. If you really want to go to college, you will have to start everything over. And yet the FBI people are going to be like, do you know where they're at? I don't care what they're fucking at. I don't care where they live. They're going to get their karma anyways by Mother Nature, whether you fucking motherfuckers like it or not. And you know the fucking goddamn truth, because I called you out with your whole fucking not protecting these pedophiles and not protecting the children. I called you out on that shit. And you were scared as shit. That's why when you guys fucking came down here too in my house, I literally told Mother Nature, what should I tell Mother Nature? And she's like, just tell them the truth. And I did. And they got scared. See what happens when you tell the truth, especially to these motherfuckers? They don't want you to tell they don't want you to tell the truth right in front of them, because you calling out on their BS, and they don't like that. They don't like that, because they can't shoot that. They can't arrest that. They can't argue with it. They can't ignore it. And then the school system, there's people out here in the school system that really want people to get out there and follow their dreams and passions and shit like that, right? And there's a difference between of you following your passions and your goals and your aspirations and dreams, and there's a difference between that society has pushed you to this. That's why some people will be like, I don't know what to do when I go to college. I don't know what to do when I get out of school, because society has pushed them to not have dreams, to not have aspirations, to not have goals. They just want you to live a mundane life and get a job right after fucking school. And then you're wondering, I've been working at this job for 15 years and I still haven't gotten nowhere. 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 I haven't even went to any quote unquote high positions, which I don't want to. You know, I'm not the type of person that I don't care about going to high rankings and all that. I just want to make something that people can like and people can appreciate. They don't have to like what I make, but at least they could be like, okay, this person made this. Wow, you know. Look at all, for example, look at all these wicked beings that saw all our structures and they fucking got salty as shit. So what they did, destroyed it. Because this is what they do. This is what they do. If they can't do it, they get salty and they find it offensive. And then they call it racist. And then they call it, oh, you're hurting my feelings, basically. They told me in school that I wasn't educable to go to college. And I remember taking some classes online of like English and math. I did not give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck. I I gave no two fucks more when I did school classes online when I was in classes. Most people are like, yeah, because you're home and this and that. No, I just don't care. I don't care. And even when I did went to college, I just still didn't care. Oh, but why are you wasting your time and my time? I'm not wasting my time when it comes to experiences and looking everything around me. Plus, when I'm walking through these colleges, I'm literally in schools, I'm literally destroying them while I'm walking. While I'm walking, I'm not even doing no nuclear breath or anything like that. All I'm doing is this. Focusing on thyself and just walking through every area, and it literally shuts down. For crying out loud, it snowed here not that long ago, and the snow is literally melting. For crying out loud, yesterday when I was outside, it looked like it was a flood. That's how much the snow melted. Okay? And then the school system, again, I was going to make another video talking about this, but since I am talking about it here, and it is live, but I put it on private because I don't want to be disturbed with a lot of comments asking me questions and shit. But uh, uh, not to say I don't like that. It's just that I just want to get my thoughts out there and shit like that. But this is when you know that this system, this government system, is taking away the schools. That's how you know it's over. You know, I remember when I saw the comment from one of the news channels, and people are saying some people are ecstatic because they're like, it's about damn fucking time now we could take care of our own kids, But other people are literally like, nah, man, this sucks. This sucks. And other people are saying that, well, it needs to be, um, the education system needs to be revamped anyways. But I'm only here like, I thought about that a long time ago too, when I was naive and stupid. Now I'm only here like, no, as long as these motherfuckers are here, you can't revamp and change shit because they're going to put their stupid shit in it. You know? They're going to put their stupid shit in it. They will always put their stupid shit in it. And then they want us to join their stupid bullshit and not learn from our own history and learn from our ancestors and learn from what we made. We're kind of loud, guys. Like our ancestors are what we call the Mayans, the Incas, the Egyptians, and so many other civilizations. The Khans civilization, the Godzilla civilization. Yeah, you like why I did that? All right. I remember making a whole video talking about there is a Khan civilization. They just call it that, the Khan tribe. Look it up. They put it in these movies of the Khan of King Khan. I'm dead serious. What do you think? Supposedly the people, the native people, are so called Afro. In those movies. And then and then King Kong versus Godzilla, they just grabbed Asians and put blackface on them. And I'm on here like, that, it was the '60s. That shit did not died until the 90s, I think. And it still hasn't died. Because that shit's popping out too. And I'm over here like, oh, you guys are showing your true colors more, huh? Look at that. Uh, uh, but this whole thing of this of the educate of the school education system falling down is for a reason. All right, this it has to fall. It has to be gone. And I literally look. If you're a parent and you are upset that the school system is gone, I want to say this right now. Your job is going to be gone too. All right. These motherfuckers have said that in 2025 everything will be placed by AI, will be placed by robots. Even there'll be like 85 or 95% of jobs being replaced with AI, and that's in 2025. And people think that's gonna. When you tell people that, they look at you like, that's happening 5 years from now, or 80 years from now. And I'm looking at you, and I'm looking at them like, this is the type of stupidness and retardedness all people are. When something crazy happens that is going to shape our world, they all hear like drooling and shit. Like this fucking monkey that's right here. That you know how you doing a live stream where you take off the comments and shit like that. It says something. It shows a monkey fucking with a fucking hammer, and it says something went wrong. Yeah, I bet, with a fucking red hat and shit like that. Uh, oh my god, it's just crazy, you know. So the thing is, when you tell students, I'm looking at you, the board of, I'm looking at you, the head of the school district. When your teachers in school or colleges tell your students that you're not eligible to go to college, I understand it though. You're basically telling people not everyone's for college, and that's fine. Not everyone is. This teacher, this Jew teacher, you know, when I was doing her classes online, she thought college wasn't for me until I literally went to college and took her classes. I already knew college was. I already knew I would thrive there. I already know that. I knew I would thrive more in the college system than the regular school system, because college does a little bit more, you know, like you know how they secretly always be like, oh, it's flexible, but it really isn't. They give you the idea it's flexible, basically. But when it comes to the school system, they don't give you that idea. They don't. They be like, this is the classes you're gonna take, this is the teachers you're gonna take, and this is what you're gonna learn. And you better fucking like it, because we're not gonna teach you anything else. And you better fucking love it. You better like it. Because if you don't, you're gonna go through fucking hell from the time that you start school all the way until you fucking graduate school. By the time we start school, they're already killing your childhood, bro. They're already killing your inner child. Okay? And going back to what I said with the whole parent stuff, if you are upset that your kid can't go to school no more, that is your fault. Not your fault that the school system did that. That is your fault of thinking that, oh, now I have to watch my kid more, or now I have to teach my kid. Why is that a bad thing? Some of these parents around here don't deserve to have kids because all they want, that's the thing. What do you think parents get excited when school happens again? Because that way they don't have to see their kid. So why the fuck you're a parent? You want to say you're happy to send your kid off to a school system that is literally draining them, killing them mentally and physically. Karma's coming your way, bitch. Karma's coming your way, motherfucker. See, this is why a long time ago, back in the day, people would be like, "You're a fucking nigga," for basically because of stupid shit like this. Like for real. Or you're a coon, basically. John Bow. Seriously. John Bow, J Bow. It's supposed to be, yeah, yeah. It's like the opposite of Dumbo, right? Yeah, Jumbo. Yeah, exactly. Remember that movie when we watched Dumbo and some kid hated the look of Dumbo so much they put a J with the D is at, so it said Jumbo. I'm like, well, that's not a stereotype right there. Then you have one of the crows, amen, brother, amen. Oh my god, these fucking cartoons back in the day, bro. So hilarious though. So fucking funny that they even, you know, you know how it's the type of offensive that makes you laugh because it's ridiculous. You'd be like, am I supposed to be offended with this? Am I supposed to like? It just makes me laugh because it's just ridiculous, you know. So I don't know. That's just me. It's like that Tropic Thunder shit when the guy that played Tony Stark is wearing blackface and shit like that, and I'm over here like, when I first saw that movie too, I'm over here like, oh, that's not a brother. Holy shit, it's not. Oh god. And people look back at that movie now and be like, that is so racist, and try to cancel the actor. But I'm over here like, okay, good luck with that. Especially this nowadays and shit like that, when people are just like like when it's funny too because people have become more uptight ever since people became more in their feelings, but also more of like being offended about anything. Oh my god, I stepped on a oh my god, I tripped on a rock. It's like, okay, everyone I tripped on, like, who gives a shit? All right, I'm sorry. I had to mention that stuff there. Sorry. But the other thing is with the school system, guys, is that we obviously we know we've been miseducated, but there's so many people around here that don't even know that still. This is why the school system is falling down and dying and it's closing. I remember going, and it's funny too, because not that long ago I was in the Astrodome, just literally imagining and doing my sigils and stuff like that. Obviously on a book, it's over there. No, I don't know if you can see that, right? That book right there, the blue book right there. Making my sigils and also, projecting myself in the Astrodome, projecting through places that have schools and stuff like that. For kind of loud, they just destroyed a school not that long ago, and they're rebuilding it. And I'm over here like, with the same school as that, obviously. But I'm looking at that, and I'm over here like, what's the point of you guys building that? Because every time I see that building, them making it, I'm like, what's the point? The school system is going to be dead anyways. And then, lo and behold, Donald Trump with Elon Musk is like, yeah, we're going to close the educational system. And I'm over here like, finally. No, I'm dead serious. I'm dead fucking serious. See, the reason they're shutting it down because we shut it down. All right? They have no choice but to shut it down. It's the same thing why they're changing the foods now. They have no choice but to change it back to its original state, which is part of nature. Okay? Sooner or later, there's not going to be no meat around here for you guys to shop. And if there is going to be meat, guess what? It's just going to be that veggie stuff. And people are going to be like, this is the veggie meat. Where's the real meat? I'm like, it's all gone because it's poisonous too, guys. I've seen people that eat meat without any veggies, and I look at them, I'm like, where's the balance? you know I'm like, this guy is going to clog their arteries and die. Have too many cheeseburgers. I mean, I like them myself. I like cheeseburgers too, but there comes to a point where you have to let that shit go. you know It's the same thing with ice cream. I love ice cream. I do. I fucking love ice cream. I have a sweet tooth, guys. I do. I have a fucking sweet tooth. But you have to what is it? Um you have to basically not do that stuff. You have to fuck. I can't even think of the word. I know someone's probably screaming at the screen right now. I'm like, it's this, you dumb fuck. But you have to tame yourself. Basically, you can't just do anything willy-nilly just because I have this emotion or I have this urge. You have to control your urges. All right, and then sooner or later it'll be gone to the point you'll be like, I had that urge. Oh, so kind of loud. I don't eat cereal anymore. I can't remember the last time I ate cereal. Seriously, I can't remember the last time I drank freaking milk. I might grab milk and have a cookie and go like this and eat it and shit like that, but I won't drink the milk anymore. I'm telling you guys, I have a sweet tooth. But it's hilarious, bro. Things that change about you, you start noticing it, you know? And then you start noticing things changing around you too, you know? And it is funny too that shout out to Serious Temple, because when COVID happened, and then now everyone's trying to be like, freaking, save the environment type of thing now. We can't use plastic bags anymore, but it was fine up until now. You know. Now you want to be eco-friendly. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. The reason they want to be eco-friendly, the reason they're stopping all of this stuff is because they want to extend their time a little bit more. People are still talking about the 2030 shit, and I'm over here like, shut the fuck up about that shit. And people think that Trump is going to go ahead with his whole election shit. Guys, he might have went through the first half, but he's not going to go through his second half. This is done for him, and he knows it. He knows he's not going to make it to 2027, 2028, and 2029. He knows it. That's why he's doing everything possible in 2025. All right? Seriously. I haven't told a few people. Actually, I was thinking of this too. I don't know. I think I've told somebody about this. But remember when Trump almost got assassinated? Not with the whole Elon Musk car blowing up in the Trump Towers and stuff like that. But when he first got the first assassination attempt, probably wasn't the first anyways. But when he was bleeding a little bit in his ear, he goes like this and shit like that, you know, with his fists and shit like that. Once I saw that picture right there, I'm over here like, there it is. There's the picture for the Americans to be like, yeah, we definitely voted for him, you know, because you don't see that with any other president, especially some presidents that everyone likes, basically, and some presidents that people hate, you know. But one time we get a president that does this, now everyone's just like, make America great. And I'm over here like, back in 2016, you guys didn't give a shit about him. Now it's changing now because why? You know? And I don't have to get into the 2016 stuff because I made countless videos about that too. You know? So this is about now. This is not about 2016. The fuck? You know? Even back then in 2016, I knew deep down inside of me that I knew that this shit was going to end in 2024 or 2025. Okay? Even though I wanted it to end sooner, but something told me deep down inside of me too that it's going to come here faster before you know it. It's 2016. And I'm over here like, you're right. You know? So, and now we're here. We're literally here. And it's over. This is over. Okay, guys? We got to get our shit together. We got to be prepared. We got to be battle ready. Shout out to Remedy H because it's true. We got to be battle ready at all fucking goddamn times. All right? Not that long ago, I mean, yesterday, I went out to get something from the grocery store, and some brother was walking in the back. And this has been happening to me lately. People are just walking in the back of me every time I get out of my house, and I'm over here like, I'm like going to the point that I'm like, guys, I'm going to use my nuclear breath, either your brother or a sister, and I don't give a shit. You do not go in the back of me. I'm like a fucking horse. I will punch you as fuck. Okay? No, seriously. I remember when I kept hearing the footsteps of the brother coming to me, all I felt was my nuclear breath coming and on top of my spine, bro. I felt that on top. It was literally right here. It was literally right here. Like I felt it in the back of my spine, and I felt it like right here in the back of my spine. And when I felt that shit, I'm like, I was literally almost going to turn around and be like, bro, you don't want this. You don't want this. I'm not going out here attacking all people. No. But if you're going to try to attack me, I have no chance but to defend myself. Especially if you get arm's length of me. This is arm's length. This is my bubble here. If you go even close to this bubble, I'm attacking you. I don't care who you are. It's the same thing with any other animal. You're going to be right next to a lion and a tiger, like with Bill Bubba, like this. Like, go do that T pose. This is your personal space, guys. If you can reach out like this is your personal space. Okay? People tend to forget that, apparently. Seriously, you have a right to protect your personal space. Seriously. All right? For anybody, from anybody. Okay? Doesn't fucking matter. And all these people that have their family members trying to fuck with them and shit like that, or don't listen to reason, basically. Look, there's a difference between fucking with your family members and not listening to reason, obviously. The ones that are acting foolish and want to put down their brothers and sisters, they're going to get the karma they deserve. But the people that are naive and don't know, they're going to get all the knowledge and all that stuff, obviously. But if they're still naive to it, and I've pointed this out before, and I've told countless to other people too, if you are naive to this, or what is to come, then you're going to be in the fucking fetal position crying when there's literally earthquake, when there's an earthquake shaking under you. There's going to be freaking titans walking around here, freaking monsters walking around here looking at you and be like, this guy's pathetic. This woman's pathetic. Meanwhile, your children or your brother and sister are flying around here and kicking ass. And you're still in the fucking fetal position wondering why it's happening. Really? You're going to be still questioning why it's happening when you literally seeing your own children flying, getting shot at by these military people, and nothing's happening to them. They can't even fucking shoot them because the bullets go like... Oh, it could be like Looney Tunes, obviously. You know, Bugs Bunny is right here, a bullet. Phew. There's a reason why they showed that in those cartoons, guys. All right. And damn, I was going to show this video too. Good thing I mentioned this. I saw a video. It was an AI video, but I already knew what it was. I already knew that it was real anyways, because they showed it in these cartoons. You have a guy. It's funny. They didn't even show a brother. I think they showed some Asian fat dude, but they showed these guys going underground like Bugs Bunny and coming back up. That made me thought of two things: the Tremors movies, which I saw all of them, not that recently. I saw all 7 movies, and they're all actually really good messages, very enlightening, very fucking enlightening. Those movies, guys, watch the Tremor movies. I'm dead serious, especially the one when they go to the Ice Age and the first one. And I'll say from the first one to the fourth one and the Ice Age one are really ones that you should really pay attention to. All right, because especially the Ice Age one, they mention a whole bunch of shit about the Tremors and stuff like that, you know. Because in the Tremors movies, at least one of them, I think it was either the 5th one or the 4th one. No, the 3rd one. It had to be one of those two. They mentioned that it's funny, the main character mentions that the worms that are coming on the ground, the Tremors, he mentions that those are serpents, you know. Even though he mentions also that, oh, these are worms, but he goes back and forth, serpents, worms, serpent, worms. And then there's a sister in one of the movies that goes explains the Tremors, and she's like, yeah, they're like vampires, you know. So you can see the mixture of what they try to do with the Tremors movies. Obviously, you know, we have these wicked beings that are trying to do stuff underground, or all are underground because they don't come back up, at least, you know, if these motherfuckers try to feed them and shit like that. Obviously, you know, that's what we've been told. Basically, that's what people have been saying and shit like that. But these guys can go to underground all they want to. It's just like, again, they showed it in the show The Strain, when they underground and they have like a little base and shit like that, and they're all working together and shit like that. It's like the movie The Dark Crystal, another movie that is a gem to watch. All right, seriously, I just watched a video not that long ago. Remini's talking about Kung Fu Panda. Basically, it's an old video and shit like that. And I'm over here like I haven't watched none of those movies actually. I wanted to, but I never got the chance to watch those movies. It's the same movie. It's the same of How to Train Your Dragon. I've told my friend that I haven't watched the show or the movies, and he looked at me like, bro, You have to see, like, he said it's really, really fucking good. You know, even people that thought the show or the movies would be crap, they came out of there and saying that this was actually pretty good. You know, and people that I talked about in the spiritual enlightenment too, they were like, guys, watch this shit, watch the message in this movie, and I really haven't. I just haven't watched none of those movies. I mean, that's not a bad thing. There's so many movies out there that I've told people to watch, and they're like, never heard of that movie. How should I find it? You know, because they will have to dig out and find it because it's not republished. You know, they need to find an old copy of it, and that's what I hate too with some of these movies. You're not going to republish these movies. I wonder why. I wonder why. Oh, it's out of print. I wonder why. You mean to tell me out of print? We have millions upon millions of fucking CDs. And you mean to tell me you can't spend a whole bunch of CDs to bring that movie back? What? This is where we have bootleg people. This is where we have bootleg sellers that sell bootleg movies and shit like that. You know? Again, I'm sorry. I know I went on a few tangents here, but I can always change the title and put more and stuff like that. But we all know that this is all done, guys. This is all done. All right. So kind of like I mentioned before, the Tremors movie and the one that talks about Antarctica, there was a woman there that literally describes the Tremors. They're like, oh, they were frozen in ice for millions of years and stuff like that, or 100 years or something, you know, 100, 600 years or something that they will say. And they say that ever since the temperature of the planet has been rising, ever since global warming has been happening, they are getting out of the ice. And she's also hinting that, hey, that's supposed to happen because these creatures are part of the planet, basically. And that's the whole thing, that all the Tremors, all the movies are the Tremor movies. From there's like 2 or 3 movies that literally say that these creatures are from the planet itself. And I like in the second movie, one of the main characters is like, they're Earth creatures? I thought they were aliens. And then other ones are like, no, it's government science. It's government what is it? It's government science, basically. It's a government science to create what is it? A good fucking what's it? Why am I drawing a fucking blank here when I can just remember the shit when it's off? Jeez, what the fuck? I need to write this stuff down if I'm drawing a blank with this shit, to be quite honest with you. But it is funny, like like a, what is it called, a military weapon. There it is. You know, so many characters are saying it's a military weapon. No, it's aliens. No, it's part of the planet. And then you find out it's part of the planet. Oh shit! It wasn't until later on that they get more experimental in the series, basically with the characters saying that, oh yeah, we experiment with this and that, and we grab the eggs and we put them on an island, and I'm all here like, you're stupid. Kind of reminds me of Jurassic Park, basically. So look at that. Speaking of Jurassic Park, guys, those creatures are coming back. I hope you know that. You know, there was a video that Orion TV put saying that, look at these dinosaurs. How were they able to produce and mate and stuff like that? This whole thing is a lie, basically. And I'm not disagreeing with him, what he's saying, but I want to say this. I commented on his video when he said that. I'm like, I've always thought about this. What if the dinosaurs are the Nagas? Again, people might disagree with me with this, and that's fine. But if you watch One Piece, you could probably find that clip on YouTube. Put One Piece, people turning into dinosaurs. Yes, just type that. I'm sure you can find a clip, something like that on YouTube. And yes, some of the villains in One Piece can transform into dinosaurs, and some of them are mechanical, like freaking Transformers and shit. What's this guy's name? I think his name is Queen. It's like a big, fat, big, giant brother. He's light skinned, but you could tell he's a brother. He's a light brother. You could tell. Light alpha brother. You could tell. Even though they try to give him straight hair and shit like that in the show, but you could tell that was a brother. You know, you can always tell. For kind of a lot of Luffy and some of the characters of One Piece used to be dark skinned, and then they changed it to like Asian or Caucasian. And I'm over here like, guys, they were never, all these characters were never like this. The only one that stood that color is the one that's wearing that has the two swords with the green hair, Zoro. Seriously, he's the only one that stood that tint of color, basically that tint of carbon, while everyone else just got what? Just decided to use bleach on themselves for real. So I don't know. When I saw that, that just tells me a whole bunch of shit right there about the creator and the studio itself that is pushing the One Piece stuff. Because I guarantee you, the studio was just like, yeah, just change the tone of skin, basically. But I guarantee you, the creator was probably like, why, you know? But who knows? Because a lot of these creators out here, when they make mangas and stuff like that, they put in their lives on the line, man. It's the same, and it's true. They put their lives on the line. I don't know where I heard this before. I think somebody told me too. And the same thing with the Shimigami stuff. Um, they cannot. These people cannot use the Pokemons, like from generation 1, 2, and 3. They can't use them. That's why they always had to come up with a new Pokemon for each generation. Because if they keep using the same Pokemon in each generation, they're going to get cursed. And it's funny too, because people that are my age, we talk about the old Pokemon games, and we're like, damn, man, I wish they still use those characters, because there's no reason for them to not use those characters. Now they have so many different Pokemons, as to the point that I don't know any of these things. And it's like, for real, it's true. You know, Pokemon used to be so common of like, you know what that one is, you know what that one is, you know what that is. But now it's to the point you'll be like, what is that? That's that? What? That's a plant? That's a sword? That's Godzilla. Hey, look, it's a brother. No, this I could talk about Pokemon all day. You know why? Because there's so much lore into Pokemon. Did you know that Pokemon trainers and Pokemon, they can mate? Did you know that? Did you know that? That explains a lot about Mewtwo, the Pokemon that can talk, and one of the Meowth also that can talk. You see? And there's also a thing that when Pokemon trainers die, they become a Pokemon. You see? This is the lore of Pokemon. I didn't make this shit up. This is the lore that has been that's been there for Pokemon for years. And when you look at it in a spiritual way, you're looking at this and you'll be like, wow, holy shit. You know? So there's something that if you didn't know, basically. And going back to what I was saying with Shimigami, in Shimigami Tensei, the creators of Shimigami Tensei have to do they have to pay their respects to all the deities, all the angels and demons that they put in the game. Because if they don't, they get bad luck. How they figure this out? It happened to them when they made the first game. And ever since then, they've just been paying respect to these deities and everything like that. Because what they did was they were touching something that we're not supposed to. They were exposing something that they was not supposed to. So in turn, they were like, fuck it, let's just pay respects to them so we don't get this bad luck. You'd be surprised how many Asians, especially in Japan, believe in all of that shit and know that that is true. It's not it's not even a belief. It's just a fucking knowing. You know? What do you think? What do you think? They talk about like if an item has been around for 100 years, it has a spirit in it, or you know, basically. And it's funny too because this thing looks like one of the monsters in Shimigami Tensei. What's it called? The Jack-o'-lantern, basically, one of the Jack brothers. Look that up online too. The Jack Bros. There was a Killer Frost. Jack Frost, sorry, not Killer Frost. That's a waifu. There's a Jack Frost. Jack Frost. Jack O'Lantern, and Jack the Ripper. There's other Jacks too, but if you talk about the main three Jacks, those are the three Jacks. And basically, I remember when I saw that too. When I saw the image of Jack the Ripper, I'm over here like, so Jack the Ripper is not just some fucking person. It's literally, it's not some just orc just running around over here doing this shit. No, it's a being. It's a deity, basically. You know, and don't be surprised if Jack the Ripper is still walking around over here. Now, that's why there's documentaries saying that is Jack the Ripper still alive? Which most people are like, that's impossible because he was around for the 17 or 1800s. So why would he still be around, or 1900s or some shit like that? So see when people hear documentaries like that and they be like, how is that even possible? Then you think to yourself, huh? And then you watch these games of like Shin Megami Tensei, and you will hear like, see, that's why they say that this guy's probably around for a long time. For kind of loud, they have and especially some of the Shin Megami games I'm playing, they have Mothman. All right, you have Mothman. They have Bahamut, not Bahamut. Baphomet. You have Baphomet. They have Shiva, I believe. I think it's Shiva, right? No, they have Lilith. And yes, they do have Shiva. They have Shiva, Lilith, Zeus, Odin. There's so many deities that they have. They have Alice. Most people are like, Alice what? Alice in Wonderland? Yes. I was shocked as much as you were. What do you and when I saw that shit, I'm like, no wonder I like Alice in Wonderland so much. I love that world. I love everything about it, And I have the book too. I love that book. Seriously. When she's fighting the not the Hydra. It's not the Hydra. It's fuck. Damn it. Oh well. Off with his head, basically. It was again, all of those stuff is really, really interesting and good. All right. War of the Worlds is another one. War of the Worlds is literally talking about what's going to happen soon. And we all know it. Even when I first watched War of the Worlds, the remake with Keanu Reeves, I actually like that one. I haven't watched the original. I've seen bits and pieces of the original, but I haven't seen it, even though I do own it. But that movie right there, I'm over here like, they're showing you everything there. Everything. It's such a Enlightenment movie, man. It is. Another movie too is the Lost World, not the Lost World Jurassic Park, but the Lost World with what's his name? Damn. See, my phone is charging right now, but hold on. I'll see. I got you guys. With Will Ferrell, because that one is a interesting movie, very interesting movie. Seriously, because they're going to the Hollow Earth basically, and there's one part in the movie where they find like a crystal, and you could touch it, and then your voice changes and shit like that. So it's really cool. And that crystal, like it looked like a glass mirror, but it was a crystal. It was a glass crystal. Shit's amazing, bro. Shit is amazing. And then there's a part in that movie when Will Ferrell was like, "Oh, don't worry, the T-Rex is dumb," and the T-Rex is like, "Dumb? I'll show you dumb." So yo, I'm telling you, man, that movie's smart. There's a lot of movies around here that's smart. Seriously. I could just talk about all these movies, seriously. What's another thing? The reason I want to talk about these movies sometimes is because so many things to point out that's very, very interesting. Again, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is about us. These motherfuckers invading all shit and we destroying their crap. And this is how they predict us. This is how they interpretate us in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies as cannibals. Does that sound familiar when you watch old Looney Tunes shorts and you see native people and they depicted as savages and cannibals? That's why I put that picture there as a thumbnail for that video of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video that I uploaded. Because it's true. And I'm glad people are looking at that and they're like, holy fucking shit. And I'm like, yeah, man. Not to say it's not about these wicked ones, trust me. There was a time when these wicked ones fucking run around and killed us and slaughter us and shit like that with fucking chainsaws as well. All right. There's a reason why they show it also in what's the movie Terrifier 3. Even though that clown is supposed to be a Hayonka, but it's also representing other beings also, basically, you know. So again, going back, there's so many shit that they always do sometimes. That they always be like, this is it, then it's this, then it's this, then it's that. Like I pointed out to people before, Thanos in Infinity War is us. But Thanos in Endgame is these wicked beings, basically. When Thanos wants to wipe half of the planet, that's us. But when Thanos wants to wipe the whole galaxy and rewrite everything to its atom, that is wicked. That is wicked. That's something that these wicked beings want to do. Erase everything and to its single atom to create something that is literally their own creation. That's why in the Avengers movie, in the Avengers movie Endgame, the Avengers were like, he would destroy everything and no one's not going to remember it at all. You know, even Thanos was like, no, he's like, because the Avengers would be like, no, we'll be here to make sure people do remember. And Thanos was like, if you live long enough to do it, you know, it's just the in a way the duality of what these filmmakers do every time they make a movie about us. They'll be like, here's these wicked ones. Oh, now this person that acted wicked is now you. And then you're here looking at it like, and sometimes it depends what movie too, because sometimes they might act wicked in one movie, and then the next movie they're here saving their territory and their land, and you're here like, that is what we did. You know? Again, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you know? I mean, even if you want to argue with me with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff, people have argued with me with it. But I've always told people this too. I've told people that, hey, if someone came to your house and your land uninvited, would you take them out too? They're in your property, they're in your land. Of course you would take them out. But you won't. But you see how Leatherface is? He won't attack his friends or family. He will just attack intruders. You know? So there's that. I know when lawn. I know I went lawn here and stuff like that. Maybe I could mention something about the school system too before I shut this off. But I'm just tired of the school system, and I'm so happy that that it's dying because we've done it, guys. We did it. It's not Elon Musk did it. Trump did it. We did it. We did it. Okay? We did. No one else but us. I don't care what no one says. We have the power to change everything around here. We have the power to change a single atom, going back to what Thanos says. It's true. We can change the whole algorithm of everything around us. And when you tell people that, they don't get it. Because they can't fathom them changing a world that they've been stuck in for years, basically. That's why when people say, oh, get out of the matrix, I'm over here like, well, maybe if you were naive like I was, I probably would have agreed with you. But when you research more, you find out what these words mean. And you're over here like, no, the matrix is the mother's womb. And you want to get out of the mother's womb? Which is the planet herself. You know? The planet is always giving birth. She's always giving life. That's why there's so many, that's why things grow so fast over here. All right. What do you think too, that once COVID happened and everyone took a break from the world, guess what? Nature replenished herself like this. That should have told everybody that this system doesn't need to be around. It needs to die. And I don't know why no one hasn't fathomed that or comprehend that in their head. When I saw that shit, when Mama Tiamat did, when COVID happened and shit like that, and we replenished water and grass and shit like that, even foods, even some animals also. I'm on here like, guys, you see, you people are asking, oh, what's the real problem of this world? They are. This system is the problem of this world, and the people that run it. Okay. And I do want to mention this too. There's some things that have been happening in my life lately spiritually. Shout out to Remedy H again, because he mentioned that some of us can't even barely breathe because of these motherfuckers. Not that long ago, bro. If you're watching this, not that long ago, I think I told another brother about this. My heart stopped for a few seconds. I had to go like to rehabilitate myself, to let it jump you back up again. Because you just stopped and I was like, and then it went back to it was. I had to like breathe really, really hard because I was like, and then most people would be like, oh, it's because the planet's killing you or some shit. I'm like, no. If Remedy H is talking about this shit, and look how they fucking do, look what they do with skies and shit like that. No wonder we're not breathing the way we're supposed to breathe, man. I always felt this way every time it was cold. I can't fucking breathe. That's why I hate the winter. I hate the fucking winter that much because I can't fucking breathe. My chest gets tightened up and shit like that. And I have a history of asthma. Look at that. So there's that. I just woke up not that long ago, freaking having an asthma attack. Now I'm good now. But when I was like sleeping, laying down, all I hear is, and I'm like, the fuck? I'm not even that big type of, you know how those big people are on the bed and they're like, because they're big and heavy and shit like that, and the blood circulation can't go through their body. You know? So you know it's something. It's these motherfuckers fucking up the atmosphere, fucking up the oxygen in the air, fucking up everything. The plasma that's supposed to enhance us, they're trying to kill it. And in time, when they kill it, they're killing us. But obviously it's not working. It's not working. But this is how you know these motherfuckers are working every fucking day. Every fucking day. All right? Especially, like I said before, too, guys, they're working harder than ever before. I never seen a type of wicked motherfuckers that have worked so hard to make sure we do not go back to what we used to be. Because that is how much they are terrified of us coming back to power. They don't want us to go around here and blasting our atomic bomb from our mouth to destroy their shit. They can blast us. They can use a nuclear bomb if they wanted to. I guarantee you some of us will look at that nuclear bomb and go like, and eat that shit. Or when it explodes, they go like, sucking that all energy in. And then you think it's going to cause like this big thing, but then it goes softly and goes inside of the brother or sister. They show that in a Godzilla movie called Godzilla versus Destroyer. It literally spelled like that. I'm not mispronouncing it. They literally spelled it that way because they couldn't trademark Destroyer. You can't copyright a word that everyone used. So they made it their own word, Destroyer. So it's not, and you don't say it Destroyer. You got to say Destroyer. You literally have to say it like that because when you say Destroyer, you'll be like, but you got to say with impact. This a Jaya. It's true. It is true. Or you should see what he looks like. He looks like a fucking goddamn devil. I won't be surprised if he was martyred after Marduk. Fucking motherfucker. Piece of shit. Seriously. Seriously. Again, going back, you don't think he's not going to get that karma of what he did to Tiamat? Huh? Huh? Wanting to call himself the king of the gods? Get that fuck out of here. Go fuck yourself. Seriously. Fucking ass piss off motherfucker. Walking with these fucking morals and shit like that. You fucking piece of shit. That's why you're in the Mesopotamia. Well, they had facial hair too, right? Actually, no. You saw facial hair brothers, yes, but you also saw reptilians that had long hair and shit like that, basically, you know. And those are the Moors. I hope you guys know that. Those are the Moors. Because we're Nagas. We're Nagas. We're serpents. We're serpents. Some serpents might have a beak and stuff like that, but not all of us do. Some of us are different types of serpents. Some of us are clown, Heyonka serpents. All right? There's different types of serpents out here. And they're all these wicked ones are scared of us. And they always will be scared of us. Right? But there's brothers and sisters around here and galactic friends and galactic family, basically, that love the shit out of us. And we love the shit out of them. That's when they found out what happened to this planet, they all pissed off. They want to fight. They want to protect this land. They want to protect the galaxy. Because if these motherfuckers have it their way, they would have conquered the whole fucking galaxy already. They've been trying to. Well, guess what? It doesn't work. Because there's so many guardians of the galaxies out here. There's so many people out here. There's so many brothers and sisters and friends out here that are making sure that these motherfuckers don't get what they're going to do. So we destroy them. As we should. Every time I look at this, it's like a lightning bolt. Look at that. Look at that. Look at my head. You cannot say this is not a lightning bolt. I've been looking at that lately. Every in the mirror and shit like that, or every time I make YouTube videos, I'm like, I have a lightning bulb in my head. So I think that's it, guys. I know I went on a tangent a few times and stuff like that, but hey, it's going to happen when I'm making hour-long videos. I hope you guys enjoyed my hour-long videos, though. I know sometimes I don't try to make hour-long videos, but sometimes it's just there's things in my head I have to get out. You know, I just have to let that out there. You know, and I'm still seeing these cats around here. Beautiful, beautiful freaking creatures. Obviously, street cats. I've been seeing street cats for a long time now. You know, I saw it so much potent this year. I mean, not to say I haven't seen it in any other years, but this year has been more potent of me seeing cats everywhere. I'm just like, there's a cat. There's a cat. Do I have to mention that one time that I told you guys when I saw a whole bunch of cats when I was walking down the alleyway? You know, I'm just like walking in a cat. I'm like, what? Then another cat. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, and you think they will all come together and stuff like that while walking the side and shit like that, you know, while I'm walking. But no, one walks that way, disappears. One walks the other way and disappears. And I'm over here like, these motherfuckers are just walking through portals like they're on, like, it reminded me of like business people going to work with suitcases and shit like that, coming out through a portal and stuff like that, going to another portal and shit like that. Have you seen that picture? When it shows a man with a suit in a suitcase and he's walking through out of portal and going inside another portal. Have you guys seen that picture? It's an old fucking picture. Old. I think it's an old picture. I've seen that picture since the early YouTube days, to be quite honest with you. That's a very, very old picture. But it's always stuck with me, that picture. It's always stuck with me. And that's why when I started realizing, are black holes portals to a gateway, or because when they always mention a black hole, they'll be like, oh, when a black hole happens, it stretches everything, and then you stretch, and at first you feel good, then it pulls you away and breaks your body and shit like that. The reason I mention that is because you see how much fear tactic they want to put in with everything that they do. Oh, the sun's there. Oh, the sun could, the sun could do a nuclear EMP blast, basically. But when that happens, everything will be shut down. All technology, all this food stuff, and everything like that. Everyone will not know what to do. I'm over here like, oh, boo-hoo. And then our brothers and sisters fall for this shit, man. They want to fall for this shit. Why are you going to fall for the fear tactic? And then people will be like, "Oh, I'm realistic," and I'm over here like, "What's wrong with you? You're not being realistic. You're not even seeing the forest from the trees. You're not even realizing that these motherfuckers are putting fear in you for you to get scared. That's why. That's why. What do you think? What do you think? There's always a thing about this fake invasion type shit. We've already been invaded, like I said. Everyone already knows that we have been invaded, but then everyone still thinks that, oh, if an alien invasion happens, oh my goodness. And I'm over here like, guys, we've been invaded. Stop acting. What? Another fucking invasion is going to happen too? So what we're going to do then? If another person invaded this planet and another person is going to invade this planet, And then think about this too, guys. These motherfuckers will, if it was their friends that were coming down here, they will sing to the moon that they'll be like, yep, extraterrestrials are real, aliens are real. The reason I would say that is because if it's their people coming down here, they would be praising and fucking putting it everywhere. And they want us to fucking be like, yeah, ETs and shit like that, obviously. But since it's us and our family members, they don't want to promote it. They might talk about it because they have to, but they don't want to promote it. But if it was them, they will promote it like a motherfucker. Just like when they promote them killing us. You see? Because it's a fear tactic. Let's show these guys a slave movie showing them being defensive and us slaughtering their necks. And yeah, if we made a movie about that, we either get canceled, or some bullshit like that. People would say that's a defensive movie, or they say that's racist. You see the bullshit? You see the hypocrisy around here? You can make these Caucasians can make a movie about beating the shit out of a brother and a sister, even raping them and killing them. But once we make a movie showing that, hey, we fighting back, basically, it's a problem. It's a problem. Like us fighting back, us protecting our friends and family and ourselves. Apparently, that's a problem for these motherfuckers. I mean, I know why it's a problem, but it's funny that when they do it, it's not a problem. But when we do it, it is a problem. And then there's so many other brothers and sisters down here that would be like, just let it go, man. Just let it go. When they are never going to let it go. Don't have that feeling. Don't have that anger in your heart, man. Don't have that anger in your heart. You're just too angry. You see the bullshit that you try to push? And then when something happens to them, and you mention all the bullshit about how this shit is, they tell you to shut up. And I'm over here like, you're experiencing what I'm experiencing because these motherfuckers don't care about you and me, and you're still going to fucking deny what's happening to you because you think it's just lottie-dolly, or you're just going to blame a god. What god? Who God are you blaming? What God and who God are you blaming? Seriously, who God are you blaming when you're shit and when your life sucks? There's plenty of fucking deities. There's plenty of fucking gods here. There ain't no one God except for the cosmic mama, right? And she gave birth to other goddesses and gods, all right? But she's the only goddess and titaness that is the king slash queen, mostly queen, of all the serpent titans. All right? You see that shit in nature when everyone in nature follows the woman. You see it in hippos, you see it with elephants, you even see it with hyenas. All right? You see it with ants, you see it with bees. What is that telling you? We need to be a part of nature again. We need to be a part of her because that is what we are. And whatever she says goes. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay? Whatever Mama TMI is going to do, she's going to fucking do. There's no way you can stop her. Damn. Water got warm. Crap. But that's it, guys. That's really it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, guys. Seriously. If you're new, just be safe out there, guys. Seriously, be safe out there. And watch out and watch out for yourself too, because there's so many shit out here that is happening. And there's so many shit out here that's happening to the point that there's regular people out here that are becoming insane. Okay? Because they feel like there's no hope in the world, basically. You know? They feel like since this whole government system is shutting down, like the school systems, and even the thing is, if the school, they're already saying that they're shutting down the whole school department and shit like that, educational schools. So what makes you think they won't shut down your job right after they shut the school system down? Already teachers are going to be fired from that, and principals. You know? So what's next? The other employees that are walking. It's not that it can't be that hard to figure that out, guys. There's so many things out here that are not hard to figure out, but yet it takes forever for people to fucking figure this shit out. And then when someone tells them, like me, they look at themselves like, wait a minute, wait, like, am I the stupid one here? Because the stupid person that I think is stupid or not that intelligent is telling me this shit. But that's the thing. Some of our people would think that some of us are not that intelligent, either because we don't have a good job position, or we don't have a job, or we were labeled with something that these motherfuckers labeled us with. Or they just don't agree to what we see, what TMI is showing us. Because TMI is not showing them. That's why I said before to other people, I'm like, most people are like, oh, with this whole like, oh, that's fucked up. You're not saying that we should not be all one and stuff like that. And I'm like, go ahead and don't tell that to me. Go ahead and talk that to TMI herself. And I guarantee you, she would tell you and give you all the reasons why. And every time I tell that to people, they stay shut. They stay shut. They never come back to me and say, yo, I did that. And she's right, and you're right. They never come back to me. They never come back to me to literally not even apologize. I'm not looking for that. I'm not looking for aggravation for that or some shit. I'm looking for a brother and sister to admit that they were wrong. Not to be like, yes, okay, yeah, I was wrong, but this. And I'm like, no, you need to admit to yourself that you were 100% wrong. Not to me, but to yourself. I don't have to convince you that you're wrong. You need to convince yourself that you've been wrong all these fucking goddamn years, and you need to fucking change your mindset to the point you become the freaking mindset of the cosmos, of the planet, of your higher self. I don't know. Is that just me? Maybe it is just me. Food for thought, I guess, right? Seriously, like people do need to change around here. I mean, people are changing. It's just that there's so many other things that. I mean, that's the thing. It's gonna take us to get rid of these mother. No, once this shit hits the fan, and we start doing our shit, it's gonna take to that for our brothers and sisters to be like, okay, I need to change, or I will fucking die. Adapt or die. Shout out to Ryan TV, because it's true. Adapt or die. It's not that hard to adapt, guys. It really isn't. All you have to do is grow. Grow as a person, grow as an individual, and learn a lot of things spiritually. You know? Again, can't be that hard. I don't know, man. But whatever. What do I know, right? I'm just a person on YouTube that's just making videos, right? What the fuck do I know? Well, I just wasted my time, right? Just making an hour-long video, right? Yeah, what do I know? Seriously, man. You guys got to think about that sometimes. Even though there are some people out here that waste other people's time, and I'm not here for that. I'm just giving you my experience and my views on things that I have experienced and what I'm seeing also. All right. So, and yes, they have been clouding up the skies around here, crying out loud. Every time, like, it's almost like every day they're saying that a snowstorm, a snowstorm, a snowstorm. They always want to promote a snowstorm every fucking day now. And I'm only here like, bro, you realize it's almost March, right? Are you still going to say that when it's April and June, basically? you know? And I just told you not that long ago that literally it was snowing like crazy here. And it's melted like crazy to the point it looks like it's a flood. The energy is high like crazy here. I can feel it from the atmosphere. I can feel it from the ground. Even when I'm not wearing when I'm wearing shoes, basically. I can feel the energy all around me. I can feel it in the atmosphere. I can feel it even when I breathe. Okay? There's so many things that are happening to our atmosphere right now that a lot of people are not talking about. All right? Don't be surprised if one day, don't be surprised soon, not one day, soon, you'd be walking around and all of a sudden a brother and sister just transforms into their higher self. And you're like, what the fuck? And they're over here looking at you like, what? I'm like, you just transformed right in front of me, And they're going to be like, what are you talking about? And then they're going to look at themselves and be like, what? And they look at their hands and they're going to be like, what the fuck just happened? They might freak out, if they don't know who they are. Oh, I look so hideous. Why do I look like a reptilian? I'm like, you don't look like a reptilian. You're a serpent. You know that serpent that they say should die in the Bible? Yeah, that's you. That's me? They were talking about me in the Bible? Well, they were talking about your people, not just you individually, but your people. Oh, man. So, I'll see you guys later. All right, seriously. All right. I'll take care of you guys. If not, I'll just be here for 2 hours. And I know some people don't mind that. I know they don't. But I don't want to get too much caught up to the point that I forget I just forget to shut this off and just keep going and going and going for no fucking reason. So, but if I have to think about one more thing just before I shut this video off. No, I'm just thinking because I'm like, I haven't watched that movie. I haven't watched even the sequel. Like I was going to talk about the Sonic movies, but I only watched the first one, and I had to rewatch it again because I just wasn't really paying attention to that movie. I mean, I was watching and paying attention, but I was thinking of other shit. especially when I was watching the movie too. I was just like, oh, that's this, that's that. I wasn't really paying attention to the story and the characters and shit like that. I was just paying attention to the Enlightenment stuff that they were showing, but then I was paying attention to other stuff because I was just occupied with other shit. You know, that's just me. You know, sometimes I might be watching something, I might be editing something. You know how it is sometimes. Sometimes you just be editing like a script or something like that because I like to write scripts sometimes. That's just me. Again, I'm a creative person. I like to draw. I like to write. I like to, write things down and shit like that. I've always been that way. I've always been that way ever since I was a kid. I love making paper airplanes and shit like that too. Always loved that as a kid. So that's just me. Everyone's different. So this is just one of the best things to be alive right now, guys, because we are witnessing something that the family members and friends that have passed on are looking down at us and they're like, man, I could experience this stuff. They could have, but it's not a flaw to them. They could have died because something happened, or a brother and sister killed them, or these motherfuckers killed them. All these, again, going back, or they just died from natural causes because they didn't take care of their body. That's what happens, man. That's what happens. That's why they push a lot of bullshit around here. They want you to fucking do this to your body when you can literally grab an apple, an orange, and a banana, and some grapes, and strawberries, and eat that. God forbid you tell a doctor that, oh no, don't do that. Take these pills. If you ever went to a doctor and the doctor told you to not eat these veggies, that should tell you something, man. That should literally tell you something. Oh, you're eating too much veggies. Your potassium is too high. Oh my goodness gracious! It's just to me, it's funny as fuck. Sometimes you can't even point out the bullshit because the bullshit already speaks for itself, and you always hear like, "Are you good?" You just look at that person, and you always hear like, "You okay? But are you this dumb? Or are you just showing your true colors of you being a piece of shit?" So good thing is the school system is falling. This system is falling. Like I said, if the school system is falling, that is proof that this whole thing is going to die and fall. All right? You'd be surprised that it's the same thing what I mentioned about wrestling. You want to know how the world is? Watch wrestling. You want to know how the world is? Look at school. Look at the school programs. If you really want to know how your history is, or you really want to know how society is. And it's true. People that live through the fucking 70s and 60s and 50s will vouch with me with that one. I wasn't born in that decade. I was born in the 90s. I'm a 90s kid. This avatar body is a 90s kid. Even though my soul is ancient as fuck. You can't even put a time on me. All right, that's how ancient I am, baby. That's why when I woke up, these motherfuckers were like, oh, hell no. That's why when that cop saw me a long time ago, he was like, I'm just walking, just walking, about to get something to eat, simple, living my life, and then obviously knowing himself, I felt good, it felt great. And this cop just goes, passes me and he goes like, and I had to stop and look at him too. I've mentioned this story before, but every time I say that story, I just think about it. I'm like, this motherfucker saw my higher self. And he couldn't believe what he was saying. He had to stop his view. He wasn't even on the light. He was in the middle of the street. And he had to floor it and literally be like, I just saw this motherfucker's higher self. And I saw something completely different. That's why the cop stopped. I bet you anything he was probably going to get out of that car. Then he looked back and he was like, oh my. He probably had a mini heart attack there. And that's why I waited. I'm like, you good? And then he just drives very slowly. Very slowly. I guarantee you, if there was any other vehicles around them, they would have beeped at him and be like, go, motherfucker, I don't give a fuck, you're a cop. Move. You're just part of society as anyone else. Move. Ding, ding. And then the cop would be like, listen, I'm an officer and do your job. Keep going. I'm going to walk. Yeah. You know what? I will pay to see that shit. That would be comedy gold in my life. Shit like that is what I live for. It's just funny shit like that. I love funny shit like that. That's why I love comedy movies or stupid comedy movies. I don't take themselves too seriously, but have fun with what they do. I love shit like that. I love shit like that. Seriously, because that's what movies is all about. Just having fun, man. If you can't have fun making a movie or watching a movie, well, guess what? You don't have a childhood. You don't have an inner child. Seriously. That's why I love all these Godzilla movies, because it's like your inner child is Godzilla, baby. Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah. Oh, and something I want to mention too before I leave too. I did a new nuclear breath. I have different nuclear breaths, obviously. I have one that is like a ghost that if I breathe my atomic breath, ghosts come out of my mouth that look like me and start grabbing these wicked ones and start killing them and shit like that. Kind of like what you see in Dragon Ball Z when Gotenks, like when when Gotenks is like puffing smoke of themselves surrounding other people and shit. They look like ghosts of themselves and shit like that. Oh, that when I first saw that shit as a kid, it resonated with me to the point that I'm like, why? Like I was a kid, so it resonated with me to the point that I was just like, why is this resonating with me? Why I like this so much, And it wasn't until I grew up more and more until I found out that I was like, holy shit, I can do that. I could do a ghost atomic breath, basically. So that's an old atomic breath. My new atomic breath is called the sun atomic breath. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Most people are like, how does that fucking work? I literally, again, do my nuclear breath and little tiny suns come out of my mouth. And then some of them get expanded and then eventually just becomes like a beacon of like, just all of them just like, what is it? All of them just expand basically and then cover the whole fucking planet, destroying anything that is not part of it, basically. And then coming back. And that's it. That's my nuclear breath. That's one of my newest ones. I have a picture of it too. Hold on, guys. Let me show you the picture of it. I drew it not that long ago. It's funny too because how this came to me when I was meditating one day, projecting myself in the astrodome, and I was just doing my sigils, and then all of a sudden it came to me. It just came to me when I was writing the sigils down. I'm like, oh shoot, that's cool. And then my higher self was just telling me, draw that before you forget. And I'm like, all right, might as well do it now. So here it is. Here's the picture. There it is. Look at that. See how the steam is coming out, and then I have a whole bunch of suns coming out around here. So get a better, closer look. There we go. So I did that right there. What I put right there? Yeah, atomic breath suns. So there was that. I I don't know if I even told anybody this or showed anybody this, but I guarantee you, when those motherfuckers saw that in Astrodome, they were like, "We're fucked." They're screwed. These motherfuckers are screwed, man. They're screwed. They're so screwed. They're so fucked. They're so screwed, and that's why they're so terrified, because it's over for them. Everything that they worked hard to establish and do is now fumbling before their eyes, and it's dying on their feet, and they have nothing to do. They can't do anything. They could try to do something, but it's just going to keep failing and failing and failing for them, because this planet is literally telling them, Get the fuck out of here. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. You know. I mean, they can't get out anyway, so you know. You know, Glenn Reed H did said this to these beings that shut it down, and it's true. Shut it down. Shut it down. That's all you had to do. You know. Of course, you still get your karma, but shut all of this down. Shut all of this down, and tell people of the world who owns this land. Seriously. Tell people of the world the damn fucking goddamn truth. Okay? And the thing is, it should not be Trump that should say it, though. Because already, like, for crying out loud, like, he would say something right and people still won't believe him because they hate him that much. It's like going back in 2016. I don't want to live through that fucking bullshit again. When in the higher state of realms, I know so many shit that he was doing, but here everyone's just being like using their emotions. And then people looked at me saying, "Oh, are you a Trump supporter?" And I'm over here like, "The fuck's wrong with you people?" I bet you anything, there's some people that's around my circle still think that shit too. That's why the universe is splitting us away from each other. Seriously, that's why I barely see friends and family anymore. Because it's literally split. Split. It's not my fucking fault. And then people will be like, "Oh, you did that." No, the planet did that. I was just telling you what's going to happen. Okay? Don't kill the messenger. And don't be pissed off at the messenger when the messenger told you to get right with the planet. And I'm not just talking about to the wicked ones. I'm talking to, brothers and sisters with this. We tell you to get right with the planet, but you still want to be a Caucasian person? You want to be white? You want to be a reptilian? You know? I don't know. I don't know. I'll see you guys later. Seriously. All right, I'm officially done here. Take care of yourself. Seriously, be safe, and let me know, guys, what you think about this video and shit like that, and everything that I talked about in this video. I know I went on some tangents and stuff like that, but sometimes it has to be done, just to get some things out there, and some of the stuff that that you guys should watch. Again, like the Tremors movies, you guys should really watch that. And if you guys never watched the Dark Crystal movies or show, excuse me, watch those movie and then the show, or the show and then the movie. Well, I'll probably say watch the movie first before the show, because then you can appreciate more about how the TV show is, basically. But I'll still watch the prequel before if I was doing like a timeline thing. But some people might not even do that. Some people don't even do that with Kingdom Hearts, because they'd be like, "Oh, I'll just be confused with the story if I did it the way that it was timeline written." And I'm over here like, but you're going to play the games in the way that they came out. That's confusing you even more. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I don't know why people will get confused with that when there's data logs in all the games that can keep people catched up of what monster is what and what they do. This is how I know people are fucking lazy and don't want to read at all. Or I unlock something that says a bio about this monster. Okay, what does it say? Oh, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Why are you playing this game then? You know how many bios there is for the Shimigami ones? That's how I learned so many stuff with the Shimigami deities, because they put bios about who they really are, and that's how you learn from them, and that's how you know, and that's how you learn from what they are and how important they are. Shout out to Bobby Hemmett. That what is it? He was he said one time that he was sitting on a toilet one day. He was just like getting that that high spirit and shit like that, and then he found out that was a deity. And yeah, that's a deity. They showing him in Shimigami Tensei taking a crap, and he's just like this, looking at you. Yeah, that's a real deity. You know, when I saw that deity, I'm over here like trying to think. I'm like, how is this spiritual? Hold on, huh? Maybe I'm thinking about it in a whole different other way that I'm not looking at it. And I was like, you know what? This is still a deity. This is still a being that's real. So, and then eventually, a few months later, I hear Bobby Hemmett talk about it, and I'm over here like, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. No point intended. I can't. I can't, guys. Oh man. Oh, I'm already getting hot in here. Oh man. I'll see you guys later. Seriously, I'll see you guys later. Um. So yeah. And when these was it when it's time to take these wicked beings out, just know that we all going to get a lot of help, a lot of assistness. We're going to get a lot of assistance. I'm sorry, guys. It's 11:47 a.m., almost 12. I woke up at fucking 7 or 8 in the morning. I still need to get some Z's, I think. Oh, oh shit. Sometimes you just need those extra Z's just to be good. Because everyone has a different, bed schedule, or how they, how they catch them Z's basically. All right, I'll see you guys. Seriously, be safe, guys. Be safe, my nagas and naginis. And just remember, guys, you are powerful beyond belief, beyond measure. All right, these motherfuckers will stop at nothing to make sure that you do not know who you are, and they will stop at nothing to make sure that you think you are less. And they will make sure at anything too that they will make sure at anything in their power to make sure that they will put you in your mind that they are more powerful than you are, which is bullshit. Because again, they can't go to the astral realm and fucking do what we can do. They can't meditate and destroy a wicked one. We can meditate and send that energy and it goes somewhere and it kills somebody. We can project ourselves and do stuff in the astral realm and it will happen. Okay? Look what happened when the Capitol was on fire and people, invaded and destroyed all that shit and the Capitol basically, or the White House, or I don't know, whatever it's fucking goddamn called. But I made a video about it and exposing that I did that shit. That fire that happened years ago, when all those fucking people went into that building and started charging and shit like that, and started burning the fucking White House and shit like that, the Capitol and shit. Guess what? The reason that had to happen is because I did that shit in the astral realm, and so they had to hide it by doing that type of show. And when I saw that shit happen, you can even ask TMI about this if you think I'm lying, because it fucking did happen. I destroyed that building in the astral realm, and all I had to do was turn into that Titan Naga serpent, and all I did was sit down on my ass and destroy them. I am dead fucking serious. I just transformed, freaking sit down, crisscross, applesauce, and just whacked them with my freaking tail, hit them with my freaking hands, did my atomic breath on them, did the atomic breath on the buildings. I was literally seeing these motherfuckers having their guns like, at me. I was literally, again, going back, I felt like a movie because I was here looking at them, but then I was also where they were at looking at me. I was looking at their perspective too, them shooting at me, basically. Again, it was like a freaking movie, bro. It was like a movie. Another movie that you should watch too before I end it is what is it? The Butterfly Effect. Yes. Yes. This is why in that movie he writes stuff down. I think Bobby Hemmett pointed that out too. Shout out to him. So I'll see you guys later and be safe.